Alright guys, Supreme Kami over here. So we are going to be taking a look at the Crossbone Gundam X-1 here. So in terms of this unit right here is infamous for never returning initially for like the welfare rework because for whatever reason, the Torso EXQ is deemed to be very busted. I think it's equivalent to even some of your more powerful magazine type EXQ. I don't know if that even true. I never actually used it myself. That is what I have heard from a lot of people. So, but this time around, they decided to bring it back, and not only that, they decided to add on an alteration to this one here as well. So we are going to be taking a look at 8 parts over here. So this is a hefty week over here, or 2 weeks over here, just because of the fact that there are a lot of grinding to be doing. We have the slash cycle phantom that also received is your first time getting alteration, so definitely could be some part that you might want to max out. In terms of this crossbow, I do see a fairly good amount of part that I feel like is deserving for alteration because of the portrait. It's actually not that bad. Stat wise, I'm not really gonna count it too much on that, just because it's welfare, right? You definitely is looking for the portrait, not really for the stats. So let's do kind of take a look at the whole set and see how it looks like. So I do have the main EX skill kind of ready, up to EX skill level 10. So that is going to be the beam gun here. So I think the main difference between alterated and like an archer and archer is the fact that you do get more magazines, so you can do a little bit more playing with this one over here. But if we are going to be running this consistently on a 100% cooldown reduction type build, I feel like that is not necessary in a way. So that's that. We also do have the heat dagger here. So this one obviously does need some alteration, because right now we are only looking at D power. So obviously with the proper alteration, it is going to be definitely better. So I'm going to be doing like a quick spin for you guys over here. So this is what we are rocking with here. We also do have the ABC cloaks, so it's going to be looking a little bit more cooler in a way. So all right, so that's that. So let's go take a look at the newly traded stuff over here and see what are we rocking with over here. So let's see. All right, so we are gonna start things off the head part over here. Obviously the portrait or the EX skill, the general head mount Vulcan, not gonna be anything too spectacular. This one I will definitely say not really worth your what is it, coins for just maxing this one out. It's just not really going to be that beneficial. This has some pretty good war tags over here, pro tag close combat, so that's actually pretty good, not bad overall. All right, so this one over here, so stat wise is it's still bad. Like even like this might be the latest welfare alteration, it is like the stat wise is just not really comparable to anything. Great vortex again, protect close combat, so EXQ here. So in terms of the actual power, they didn't do anything to this one over here. Simply they boost the magazine amount. So but I'll definitely do a review to see what is it prior to alteration and then after alteration to see how it's looking like. Alright, so looking at the arm over here, so is it worth altering this one over here? So it's not bad. We do have an infighter power boosting, so it's not like, well, yeah, not infighter power boosting, melee power boosting when you are running infighter job license over here. So that's actually pretty good. So I'll give it a thumbs up on this one. But if you guys do have better arm out there already, I don't think this is, I wouldn't really waste my kind of resource on this one, just because the fact that first portrait is kind of like terrible already. So all right, heat dagger EXQ here. So let's see what kind of improvement we're looking at. So B minus, it should be good. In conjunction, this one does get a melee raise, so that's 10 times better. So you get a better power boosting or a power modifier, and then you already do have that melee power up right there. So that this one is hot. This one is looking pretty good for an alteration, so we'll definitely test it out as well. All right, so this one here, wow. So is this the first time we have this like for a specific prototype part getting a debuff effects up here? So this one could be good for any of you guys out there that is trying to build like a debuffing effects up here. So like the opposite to the buff trait build. This one is actually quite a good one to be altering, I guess, in a way, and max it out. Like even the first portrait I would even consider is good. We do have a vernier consumption reduced, so in a scenario where you're running like an event that has a enormous link in map, for example, I would definitely say this one may come in handy, for example, just for the fun, right? So I would definitely see this one as a pretty good candidate overall. Alright, so take a look at the ABC shield or the ABC cloak. So, oh, we have a double power reduce right here. So, first one is going to be for tech attribute only. So, enemy shooting power reduced by 25%. So, that's solid. And then the secondary. So, before 40 seconds pass, so it's only going to be for that first 40 seconds when the battle starts. You get a enemy all power reduced by 30%. Honestly, that is hot. I'll take that. Like for anyone that is trying to build like a good, like a semi good reduction build, this one is yeah, you definitely need this one. So not bad. This one is hot. Okay, I'm so yeah, that one definitely needs an alteration. Max that one out is good. Oh wow, even what? We got a double EXQ power boosting. Wow. I'm so as well. Like this one is a very niche one option in a sense. Tech attribute only, and then when you are running for space, so that is ultimate niche. But nonetheless, you are getting the offer of double EXQ power boosting, so why not? It's definitely it might come in handy if you guys are running for space, for example. I honestly couldn't think of any better options out there, so this one is good. And this one is landing on a saber category, so yeah, subset wise, you are definitely in good hands for this one. So not bad. Definitely, I'm sold. For portrait wise, yeah, they good. They are definitely pretty good. And last but not least, we do have the Zam Buster here. So this one, first portrait is kind of like a dud in a way, but in terms of the secondary portrait, yeah, definitely makes it for it. It is going to be conditional to only the torso area, so that could be a bummer. In a sense over here. So but yeah, the beam samba, the ABC cloak, and what else we looking at? Torso, leg, even the backpack. I think those are all very good candidates to max it out in Archery. I think they're definitely worth the resources put into it. So up next, let's do kind of go over the EXQ and see how busted they are. Alright, so this is going to be the build that we are going to be using in the multi-mission up here, a dual type CDR build. So I do have roughly about 110k per both melee and shot attack over here, so that's looking really good. In terms of the other portrait, like the CD part, they're pretty much gonna be something that I've been using, center parts and even let's say even parts. So those should be something that you guys can get fairly easy. So those are gonna be the portrait too as well. So with that said, let's hop into a quick multi-mission match and see how these EXQ can perform. Alright, so finally gonna be using this unit myself here, so it's been like 2 years, man. Alright, so let's see what we're rocking with over here. So this is gonna be the Sam Buster here. So if can obviously not gonna be like anything too impressive, so that's that. And oh wow, is that would you even consider that good damage? Honestly, I don't know. Like I haven't really been taking notes of what is like a very high damage output magazine type EXQ, but I guess that's good, right? Is that good enough? Like, oh, is there no enemy in the front? Like, how many toggle does it need in order to be direct to this one over here? So it's not bad. Are we doing like 4 shots, 3 shots, right? Yeah. Can't really 4 shots. Okay. So what about? Oh wow. Yeah, I will take it. So in terms of the actual melee attack buff, it's not going to be when you execute it. It's going to be afterwards. So I guess that is a kind of like a bummer, honestly. I would definitely want it to be while executing. That would be like probably the best thing possible. But it's cool. Being like a wolfer, kind of like I guess this type of portrait specifically or EXQ specifically. Animation wise, I guess it's sufficient enough. We can definitely get multiple enemy, if they are in close proximity. So that is definitely something to kind of keep in mind as well. So you take one of these, you take another one right there, and you take one right here. So yeah, I guess in terms of the spin, it's cool. Definitely would like the animation to be a little bit longer, or maybe have a little bit of a close up, but it's cool and all. Alright, so let's kind of wrap this up from here. In terms of, let's say, I never really used like the X1's backpack. It looks cool as well, like in terms of the boosting aspect of it, the vernier looks cool. I guess, I don't know. But you guys can definitely let me know, is this like probably the strongest magazine type EX kit you guys have ever used? Like I just can't really tell, you know. I'll definitely have to like, I don't know if I can you do like a comparison? I guess, right? Whoa. Yeah, no iframe, that's gonna be a problem. You are definitely gonna get knocked out. Kevin Kim. Yeah, that's the problem with like a dual type CDR build. It's just that I don't have the stat for it. So I do wish that in terms of the kick, you know, like the range wise, I do wish that it could be a little bit more. That would definitely be better because like you can definitely encounter enemy that backs up while you're executing it. So that could be a problem. But honestly, I think right now we are sitting at only D power, so that's why I wasn't able to take down the enemy in a way. So I feel like after alteration, we will definitely do a much better job. So up next, we are going to move into the segment where I am going to be testing them, you know, prior to alteration and then after alteration and see how they are. Alright guys, and there you have it. So that is going to be the Crossbone Gundam X-1 review here and the EX2 testing. So honestly, in terms of, let's say, the the beam gun, even after alteration, I don't really see like a substantial amount of damage increase. I think the only thing that they pretty much modify is the fact that you do get a little bit more magazine. So right now we are going to be sitting at 11, so I mean that's pretty much the only change. So maybe we don't archery, for example, I don't think you're missing out that much. You know, only I think 4 rounds. Yeah, that's it. In terms of late EX skill, so you guys can see that I was not able to, you know, give my enemy that final attack, just because of the fact that after alteration we're just doing way more damage. It's just unfortunate in terms of the actual melee attack buff is only afterward. So let's say you are trying to do more damage initially, you just can't, because of the fact that the buffs come afterwards. So that is probably my kind of like a man factor in that part. But other than that, it's pretty solid overall. Like I said again, this is going to be the first time that we are able to get ourselves the X1 right here. So initially, if you guys were not playing back in, let's say, 2019 of October, for example, you would not even have it. So this is definitely going to be the prime time to be farming up a lot of these parts over here. So hopefully you guys do have enough of those, let's say, those multi-mission coins, because like I'm pretty sure this 2 weeks around we are going to be needing a lot to farm either this one over here or even, let's say, the slash Soccer Phantom. So that means that that's going to be pretty much it. So I will be catching you guys on the next one.